Hello, welcome back to Making It with Mingland. Today we're going to be doing page 47 out of 100. We are rapidly approaching that 50 mark, which makes me extremely happy. And we are going to be trying to blend this together. These are actually some PM Artist Studio stencils that were just played with. They were the ones that are strips, and they were just placed on the gel plate, and some fun was had with them. And on the page beside it, this was paper lace. It was kind of like it's in the category with a washi tape type situation. And I thought, well, why not? And I played with it on the gel plate, and actually, I thought that turned out pretty cool. So I can use either a spread or an individual page for this 47. I mean, this thing is getting chunky. I'm going to close it just a second and show you how fat this one section has gotten. Can you see that? This is going to be like a gator mouth right here. And I'm looking at the things that I've brought upstairs the past couple of days. Part of my little... I gather things in an envelope downstairs. I'll have an envelope, like, for instance, if I had this card. So if I get anything that I could use in my crafting, I just stick it in the envelope. And I put it on the steps so that when I come upstairs, I can grab it. And here's the things that I had brought up over the past couple of days. This was from my package of thread up stuff. I sent a bunch of stuff in to thread up when I cleaned out a closet, and a lot of it sold. And so I took the money and I just reinvested it in clothing. And they had each individual item was wrapped in tissue paper with one of these stickers on it, and they're kind of silly. It says, "Hey, nice pigs." 100% thrifted. The sticker is recyclable, so I can either use some of these here at some point, or I can send them to people in Happy Mail just for giggles. And then I run across this. I was cleaning out a drawer in the bathroom, and this is old as crap. I mean, it is so old that you can't even hardly get the seal off of it. I had one, and I finally got it open. I thought, this is so ridiculous to have all this stuff laying around, but there was a reason for getting it out. I had worn blisters on my feet with a pair of new shoes, and unfortunately, they were so aggravated that I couldn't sleep the night before, so I decided maybe I needed to put, just some padding of gauze on it so that, when the blanket or the sheets hit my legs, it wouldn't make me wake up. But I kind of like the crinkly sound. It's waxy. It says, if this envelope is damaged or opened, sterility cannot be guaranteed. And it says, made in the USA. Park Davis and Company, Detroit, Michigan. And it also says, one pad, 2x2, sterile gauze, ready pad, 12-ply, USP type 7, 20/12, formerly supplied as an economy pad. But since I like the texture of it, I thought it might be fun to play with. And it is fragile. It is extremely fragile. But I don't know. Something about this makes me think it might kind of be fun to put here. And people use gauze. People will use gauze. They will, like, rust dye it. And I've got a rust formula, which is anything that will rust, like paper clips, I have jars with bolts and things that I've picked up that have rust on them. So when I need to create rust, I put some white vinegar and then I put paper clips or things that I know will produce rust. I'm sure that's real healthy for me, but I do it anyway. I'm up to date on my tennis shot, so I'm not too concerned. But listen to that. Is that not a yummy sound? Hearing that paper tear as a crafter? I think so. So I've got lots of little pieces here, and I can use those. And I could use it over on this side as well as over here, but I think this is the side I like it on the most. This is some old school stuff. And then I had to freshen up a black robe for graduation pictures, and this was hooked by a safety pin into the back of it where it had been. We had the cleaners to press it for my youngest daughter for her high school graduation. But Martine's only using it for pictures, but I got very excited doing that, but then I started, I just had this overwhelming feeling of, wow, what a relief it's going to be for her to get those grades posted tomorrow and know that everything that she's worked so hard for has come to the place where she's achieved some goals. It's amazing. I mean, this is a lifetime of learning, it seems like. But I'm going to use this right here. And A Cleaner World is one of our local dry cleaners. So that's where we take stuff when we need to have something spruced up or cleaned. And my husband, bless his heart, he thinks I hate to iron. And I used to, but now I love doing laundry. I think there's probably some mental defect that causes that, because I don't know of anybody that would sign up to do laundry, but I could do laundry all day long and be happy, really happy. It makes me almost as happy as having time to craft. So far we've got this blended out. I've got a card that I brought up. This is the card from my friend Carol Jo, and I've used it in several things previously, but on the front it says, "This is the best day of the year," and I really think that that's going to go on for tomorrow. And I can't decide how I want to do it, because I really do not want to destroy the card in its entirety, because it's special. It's just going to be special. So I may actually use a belly band here, and I may use this for tomorrow, for day 48, just because that's what I have. Now, I also have this beautiful card for my children, my two daughters, and it would be cute here, but it's not exactly everything I'd want it to be. I also have this paper that I used yesterday that still blends, and this is the end piece that Karen McCoy sent me, and I am going to tear that, and I'm going to go ahead and tear this piece right here, because there's really not much color on it. But I think I'm going to use some of this down the side, just because I think it kind of brings some of that together. And there's different ways I can go about doing it. I really just need to get this softened out. So let's see. I've got the purple, but let me see if I can snatch some pink out of here. Where are you, pink? All right. So we're going to lay this out right here. I'm just going to take a scrap of paper and I'm going to thin it out. What I want to do is really ultimately soften the edges and kind of blend the colors. And I could do this with a brush, but all of my brushes are clean at the moment, which is a good condition for them to be in. And I'm not saying that I don't want to get them dirty, because I really don't care if they're dirty or not, if I need them at the moment. But for some reason I wanted to use my fingers. Been cleaning house and my hands have been in all kinds of stuff today, I'll tell you. And my next order of business after I get through crafting is I still have my daughter's lizard here, and she's going to be here. Let's see, this is week 4. She's supposed to be with me for 3 weeks, but the way the schedule has been, there has been no time for the lizard to be taken home, because it takes 2 people to get her home. One to carry the aquarium upstairs, which is a 2-man job, and then somebody has to hold the lizard during being transported. So usually my oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, we all kind of pitch in together to get that done. But anyway, it's really nice outside, and I've still got a little bit of gardening to do. So I'm going to take one of those big storage tubs that you use to put your holiday stuff in. I've got a spare one, and it is actually going to go outside so that the lizard can enjoy this beautiful sunshine while I'm messing with plants. And I don't think she's going to mind. I think she's going to be happy about it. I took her out, let's see, today is Tuesday. I took her out Tuesday, and she loved it. She splashed. She was swimming around. She's a happy camper. We've kind of been joking about the lizard being mine now, that she's not going to want to go back home because she's been living the good life of a mom who doesn't know how to have grandchildren, so I've been spoiling my little lizard. This is about silly, right? I hope she still wants to. I hope it doesn't happen that she's not happy at home. That would make me sad. She's always been she's been fond of me for a while, because when my daughter's not able to get to her or traveling, I'll go over there and feed her. And so my husband tells me, well, it's not that she's crazy about you. That might not be necessarily the truth. The truth is she equates you with food. She knows if she hears your voice, the food could not be far behind. And that may be true. That may be actually how she feels. Who knows? She's a lizard. But she's been acting more alert than what she does when I'm around her at my daughter's apartment. But I talk to her all day. If I'm in the house by myself, upstairs by myself, every time I walk by her, I go by and check on her, and she'll look up at me and give me the side eye. Or if she hears me in the kitchen, she'll come stand on the side of the kitchen. If we're watching TV, she'll be looking that way. And I think it's funny, but my husband says she's just taking up space. She don't know what she's doing. Do you ever have those conversations with your husband where something just don't know what it's doing? And I'm sitting here looking at this. If I put that there, I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this part right here. this is just copy paper, but wouldn't it be beautiful if I could get a blend of colors close to that? That may take a little bit of effort. I mean, this right here that I've been playing with is pretty close. So, do I take the time to do that? Maybe. It will crinkle. But if I put some of this down and then come back and fill it in with maybe watercolor or something like that, we'll see. We'll see. But that's definitely going to be what goes there. I think I like it. So, for today, we've already got lots of things happening here, and I kind of wonder if I should knock a little bit of it back, but I'm not real sure if I want to do it that way. Alright, let's get that 47. Let's do a little better job on that part right there. And when this dries, I may even do a little bit of doodling there. So I may let this dry. I think this is probably dry enough to use the matte medium and put this little bit of tissue down. That is a definite. Sorry, I hit the camera. Might be a hot mess. Just maybe. Feels good up here today. It's been hot the past couple of days, but the air conditioning's putting out extremely well. I'm going to keep my mouth shut about that because I don't want to make anybody think they might want to adjust it, because it sure feels good. And things will dry quick too with the air on. Even though there's not a vent on this side of the room, it's still, I can feel the air circulating around me, so that makes me happy. Let me use that little piece. It's not completely printed, but I think that it might actually work pretty good right here to kind of take away the part that lets you know that it's an envelope already. Look at that. That's not bad. And that's funny because before I put it down, I didn't notice all the yellow on it. But there's also like a little hint of yellow right here, and there's some right in here. So sometimes you end up with something that's a little bit of a happy accident. So we need our quote for the day. So let's find out what quote we're going to use. All right, I think I found the perfect compliment to the one that's going to say this is the best day of the year. Joy isn't the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the light we carry as we walk through it. And this was posted by 4050. And that was from a Pinterest quote. I do like it. Okay, do I use... Trying to think what color I want to use and how I want to use it. Alright, we're going to try going with the Posca. And these things have lasted forever. If they give out today, I'm not going to complain, because I'll tell you, they've given me quite a few good years. Alright, Joy isn't. The light. At the end of the tunnel. It's the light we carry as we walk through it. And we're going to put 40, 50. Sorry about my phone. We've been getting quotes on getting some work done on our back steps. We've got to replace quite a bit. So, that being said, we've got just joyful things getting ready to happen. Joy isn't the light at the end of the tunnel. It's the light we carry as we walk through it. So, if you're looking at a tunnel, Joy's not seeing the light at the end. Joy is carrying that light inside you as you go through that tunnel or as you go through that dark place. So that is perfect for today. Now, I think I took my paint pen up, but I said I might do a little doodling. So let's see if we can maybe bring a little, let's see what we might could do over here to maybe, we can add some little dashes and squiggles. We'll do some circles. And I'm using, you'll notice I'm trying to use like lines that are already there. I tried to use anything that kind of made like a box. I thought that was kind of a preset. It gives me a hint of how it should go from that point on, or what I might be able to do to just add a little something to give it a little more oomph, as my mom would say. And here, I think I want to maybe kind of do out these flowers that are on here. Since flowers are bringing me joy now, that kind of makes sense. And we'll do the same for this one over here. And we're exaggerating it. We're not following the exact lines. This particular stencil, if I remember correctly, that is going to carry the Crafters roses. And it come in a variety of shapes, or not shapes, sizes. There were like little buds, bigger buds, real pretty. And I've used it a lot, so you can tell I like it. Okay. That's dry enough now that I can kind of come in and go over that. We'll make us a kind of a faint line here. Just make us a little viney, leafy. All right. So there you have it. Our 47th day is in the books. And I hope this shares a little bit of my joy with you today. Until next time, be well, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on day 48 of 100. Bye-bye.